Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Owlery. Today I have a review and a giveaway for you for There Once Were Stars by Melanie McFarlane. I did receive this book in exchange for an honest review from Grace over at Lovington Books, who runs the BookTube tours, and I was so happy to receive this book. To be honest, I was a little bit skeptical as to if I was going to like it or not, but I'll get into my reasons later. First, let me just tell you a little bit what this is about. This follows our main character Natalie, who is a resident of Dome 1618, and basically hundreds of years before she was born there was a virus that wiped out a lot of the population, and from what I can understand, anyone who was affected by the virus but didn't die turned into like these monsters. And so anyone who was immune to this virus, they put them inside of dome cities to kind of save them and save humanity, from what I'm understanding. And then once everyone who was immune to the virus was safely inside the dome, they did what they call the cleansing wars, which sounds like some kind of weapons of mass destruction with radiation to kind of kill off what was left of the virus outside the dome. Now, coming back to present day, all of the residents of the domes are just waiting for the outside world to become a safe place for people to live. One day, Natalie's in the forest on the outskirts of the dome, and she sees two people who are out there living and breathing and obviously surviving this radiation that has supposedly made our world uninhabitable for people outside the dome. So this obviously leads to questions, and people want to know, how come this person survived outside the dome when supposedly we aren't even able to go outside unless we die immediately of radiation poisoning? So it just leads to a lot of problems and questions and stuff like that inside the dome for Natalie and the other residents. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars, and I did a blog post review on this, and I will link that down below. Most of the time I feel like my thoughts are put better across in written form rather than video form, but I'll do my best in this video if you want to watch it in that way. If not, you want to read it, again, I will link that blog post down below. Natalie, for me, was not a character that was extremely likable. There is a love triangle in this, and I wasn't really a big fan of that, and she, can never make up her mind, and I really felt like she led one of the guys on, and she was a little bit obsessed with one of the other guys, and I really didn't appreciate the major role that this romance and this love triangle had in this story. I felt like it was really unnecessary, and it could have been, the one guy just didn't even need to be there at all. If, he could have been a friend, but he didn't need to be a love interest, and it just really upset me. I didn't like that aspect of it at all. But the story and the dome and the government intrigue and what's going on and trying to figure out, is the government trying to cover up something? Are we able to live outside of the dome healthily and the government just doesn't want to tell us about it? All of these things I thought were really, really interesting. The plot itself and the idea of the novel was a really, really good one. I just don't think it was 100% executed well. The story definitely could have been longer. This is only, 274 pages. It definitely could have been at least another 100 pages longer, and the details could have been fleshed out more, and the characters could have grown and matured more during the story, and a lot more could have happened. But other than that, I really enjoyed the story. If you look at it directly for what it is and you just read it for a good dystopian, I think you'll really enjoy this. The only two complaints that I had for this story were Natalie, the main character, and the romance, and then I really felt like the plot could have been developed more and the characters could have been developed more, and it could have been longer. So, when you talk about bad things to say about a book, is it really a bad thing that you wanted more of the book? I really did. I wanted more of the story. I wanted more detail. I wanted to know more of what was going on. And I really didn't get that out of this. I don't know if there's going to be a sequel. I feel like the author left the ending open for a sequel, but it gave just enough of a, this is what happens for me to be satisfied. If there's a sequel, I'll definitely pick it up. I'll definitely read it. I really want to know what happens to our main characters after the story ended. But if there was no sequel, that would be okay too. I was left very satisfied, basically. So again, I don't feel like I'm getting my complete thoughts on this book out very, very well. So please go ahead and read that blog post of this review that I posted on my blog. And don't forget to check out the giveaway for this book. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a huge dystopian fan like I am. I really think that you're going to enjoy this. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming to my video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!